guys, happy Monday. I am pumped to get a new week, to start fresh and come out at my goals for a new week, a new day. And I know we don't have to wait till Monday, but Mondays is just such a light at the end of the tunnel sometimes. And even though we're still exhausted from the things at the end of the week, it's just good to find a balance again. I think after all the chaos, we did some dance travel over the weekend, which I just absolutely love. I'm a boy mom 90% of the time, so I just live for girl moments, and those are just precious times in my life. And I'm so grateful that I get to spend that time with my daughter and be a part of all that with her. So in keeping track with what we've been talking about, so either most of you watching these videos have some interest in learning about how to take care of your body a little bit more, or maybe you're just looking for some little tidbits about what's going on with you and hoping maybe something will spark some interest. I hope that I can just kind of open your eyes just a little bit today about the way things are affecting your body and some things that may be going on that you haven't picked up on yet. So, because sometimes it can be hard to connect the dots on issues, even though we know things. It's one thing to know something, and it's another thing to do it, and it's another thing to even recognize you're doing it sometimes, right? So, what I'm going to talk to you about today is sugars. Added sugars, really. And when I say sugar, I mean any natural or unnatural form of sweetener, okay? So this is still going to apply to your agave syrup, your coconut sugar, your honey, your molasses, your maple syrup, your table sugar, your sweet and low, your stevia. I mean, this is all part of added sweeteners. If it was not in that product when God created it, it's possibly causing you a problem. It's an added sugar, okay? So it's just been added to the product, whether it's a healthy whole food, whether it's putting a tablespoonful of table sugar on your grapefruit, or it's sweetening your homemade granola with honey. These are still added sugars, right? Cereal is another big one that I think can sneak up on people, because even your healthy cereals, your fiber cereals, first of all, they're not whole foods, right? But second of all, they're covered in a sweetener of some sort. And just because it's all natural doesn't mean that it's not affecting your body. So the problem with sweeteners is that they contain lots of empty calories. And empty calories are anti-nutrients, right? So either it's helping your body or it's hurting your body, right? Like we've discussed that in the last video or two about nutrient density. So sweeteners, even your natural ones that may have, some vitamins and nutritional benefits for you, are still an added sugar. And your body does not differentiate between an all-natural sugar and a synthetic sugar or an artificial sugar. Your body doesn't pick it out, okay? So it's still, when you are analyzing that sweetener to put it in your body, there is no way the nutrients are gonna outweigh the negative impact that it's having on your body, okay? So this is one of those things that has to be paid attention to and kind of, made aware of as we're bringing it into our body. It's something that needs to be used sparingly. That should only be consumed, in that 80-20 portion. Your sugars are going to fall over into your 20% category. And that's even like sugar in your coffee or the sugars in your cereal. And I don't shoot the messenger. It's just fact. Sugars create hard to break habits in our body because it disrupts the pleasure and reward balances in your brain, right? So it makes you crave sugars because it's overstimulating parts of your brain, that those pathways that deal with those sorts of things. So the more sugar you have, the more sugar you want to consume, right? And overconsumption of sugar leads to hormonal imbalance, metabolism dysfunction, inflammation, insulin resistance, obesity, diabetes. And, so many of us feel like we're making better choices when we choose an artificial sweetener or a no-calorie sweetener, right? Like, nobody uses the word artificial anymore, but let's call it what it is, okay? It's not some magic sweetener that somebody's just put out there. It is a chemically processed sugar, and your body treats it the same way it would as if you ate a spoonful of table sugar, okay? So the studies are showing that these artificial sugars are messing with your hormones and your gut the same way that the all natural sugars would, or your table sugars would. The studies show that people do not lose weight when they make the switch, that they do not, their hormones do not balance themselves back out when they switch from one type of sweetener to an artificial sweetener. So what's the point? You may lose weight initially because it's a change in your body, but it will all balance itself back out. So you're not doing yourself any favors by drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper every day or a Diet Sundrop every day, right? Like, this is not a diet plan. The diet plan is to come off of any sugars that are not naturally in your foods. But things like berries and fruits and apples and oranges, all of those foods contain sugars that are natural and that are okay, right? Because they're balanced within the nutritional value of that food. This is one of those things that you have to be aware of, because healthy sugars, there's no such thing. And I think that a lot of times that's how we end up kind of self-sabotaging ourselves, right? Because we think, oh, I'm going to be so healthy this morning. I'm going to have my grapefruit and put a little sugar on it, or, strawberries covered in sugar, or whatever it is. Are you adding sugar? So stay away from your added sugars. Those fall into your 20%. So, just something to be mindful of, to be aware of, that may be affecting your hormones, that may be affecting your gut, that may be affecting your whole inflammatory system in your body, where your body just starts, experiencing inflammation and you can't understand it. These are things that trigger that, and sugar is the top of my list. So I'm not saying sugar's bad. I'm just saying sugar needs to be dealt with within reason if you don't want to deal with the negative side effects that it can be responsible for, okay? All right, well, I hope this helps. Be like somebody wonderful today and try to stay away from the sugar. I think we have a birthday party tonight, so I'll probably be in the sugar tonight, but I'm going to plan for it. And I'm going to be on my A game the rest of the day, okay? Y'all have a wonderful day and happy Monday. See you later.